collect this data, I think, to see what works and what doesn't work, and somebody is collecting that data, right? Somewhere somebody must be collecting that data, maybe more or less given the individual state. But presumably, because we collect that data, somebody must be able to look at least that student's file. Maybe that student's file without that student's name, I don't know. But somewhere that data is stored collectively, correct?
Well, we've got an information system at the state level for collecting,
And I'd like to have maybe Ms. Robbins tell us about it. Not just you, but you know what I'm saying? You're talking about your state. Maybe someone who understands nationwide the degree to which this is so. Could you, either one, you see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I would make a couple of points about that. The longitudinal data systems, which have been built over the last 15, 20 years, really comprise the end of the clean slate. You can always, if you're authorized within your district, you can look back, or your school, you can look back to everything a child has done. And if he had a rough 8th grade year and got suspended, the 9th grade teacher is going to know that, the 10th grade teacher, the 11th, and that changes the way people look at students. So that's one problem. And then when you say could anyone get access to that, hackers can. In October of 2017, the U.S. Department of Education put out a warning to all schools that hackers were breaking into their.
Yeah, I won't say hackers. People in the system. Maybe somebody who's in the State Department of Public Instruction. Would they have access to that?
That would depend to some extent on state law and state policy, but it's there, and it's going to be permanent.
I'll give you my one anecdote. Many years ago, before I did this job, I was a lawyer, and for certain technical reasons, I had to find out the school records of someone who was deceased. So I wrote a letter to the local school just asking for confirmation that this person was a student in this district at that time. They mailed me their whole record. Some guy who was dead 50 years ago, and there I had it. For what it's worth, he was a wildly successful businessman, and his grades were horrible. I don't know what we can conclude from that. But in any event, at least at that time, I don't think the school districts, it was very easy to get somebody's entire record.